Good afternoon. My name is Mark Howdyshell, and this is my video presentation assignment for Research for Technical and Applied Studies. The focus of this discussion will be on 4 topics: the impact of research on society, my ability to engage in the research process, synopsis of literature review, and the future of my proposed research topic. There are many impacts research has on society. A few important ones are encouraging innovation for new ideas, products, and understanding, such as seen in my literature review in assessing if technological devices can help diabetics maintain better blood glucose control. Research also provides an understanding of our world which is helpful to determine which patient characteristics were best served with the use of technological devices and which ones still need innovative thought on how to better address their needs. Collections of research provides the evidence needed to guide best practices in all fields. This is especially important in medicine, where unchecked bias can lead to increased morbidity and mortality. Because of this class, I've learned how uneducated I was in finding and qualifying research. I had the realization that not only should well-done research guide all practice, one needs the skill set to locate and qualify research. I now know that research has bias. Well-designed research has less bias, but I need to know how each type of bias affects a study's results to know what I can use from the study and also how strong the study is. By understanding a study's biases, I can make more recommendations for improvements to future research. In conducting my literature review, I noticed that some major themes about the accessibility, use, and improvements needed in using technological devices in the treatment and management of diabetes. One theme was that the certain demographics that are on the low technology side of the digital divide often are the same as the demographics at higher risk for developing diabetes and having poorer outcomes due to the disease. These demographics particularly called out in the literature are the elderly, people of the lowest socioeconomic statuses, and those considered to be transient. Another theme was that providing technological tools to help manage diabetes improved clinical outcomes, such as an improvement in hemoglobin A1C labs. However, in addressing the limitations of the studies, common themes of improvements were provided that future technological tools should be culturally appropriate, offer in-person education and support, and have ongoing clinical and technological support and frequent follow-ups. My proposal for a new research study is to treat diabetes with a unique telecommunications device with significant clinical, peer, and technical support. This device will be free to the user and have built-in internet capabilities. The device will be provided by the patient's insurance plan and will have access to online education and peer group chat, automated appointment medication reminders, and blood glucose monitoring in real time with instant messaging for critical high and low values. We will partner with the patient's primary care provider to provide ongoing clinical and tech support. We will start groups in the same practice at the same time for peer support and to provide in-person device and diabetes education prior to device use and ongoing at follow-up visits and phone calls through the primary care provider. Families are invited to join the patient to increase use and support. We will measure success by obtaining their quarterly hemoglobin A1C lab values and will have been successful with decreased numbers. By using a validated scale, we will measure the patient's reported quality of life prior to the device use, midway through the device's use, and at the end of the device's use. Lastly, we will measure how often patients use the device with an expectation of several times a day. In conclusion, I have learned through this course that research has a direct influence on society, that research for technical and applied studies enhances familiarity with the research process, also that technology is being used in the treatment and management of diabetes. This leaves some vulnerable groups more at risk due to the digital divide, and that through expanding access and training for these technologies, we could increase positive diabetes outcomes. These are my references I used for this presentation. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful afternoon.